Okay, so now, the reason we wanted to do all that, well, I did all that while we're in Kakariko Village anyway, but I mainly wanted to go back to Kakariko Village to get the upgraded quiver, and the reason is because what we're about to do. You may recall me having mentioned that if you notice, when we were a child, running around Hyrule Field at nighttime, stall children appear, but that stopped happening when we're adult. Instead, we encounter these big Poes every once in a while we're on horseback. But they just kind of fly away and there's nothing you can do about it. But now we have the bow. And you'll notice, now that we are mounted up on Epona, our B button switches from the sword to the bow. So this is one of the really cool mechanics of being an adult, is now we can actually participate in horseback archery. Not bad, eh? Pretty cool. And then, basically, I'm just moving forward right now just with the momentum that I had before, because now at this point, pushing forward pushes my aim down, right? So if I want to speed up again, I'm going to have to press A to return and then press forward again to get a little bit more momentum and whatnot. But anyway, the point is that those big Poes only appear while we're on horseback, and we're only able to capture them with arrows. And they're really, really tricky. They take 2 arrows to fell, and you have to get them 2 hits in a row. Before they disappear. And the way that their movement pattern kind of, doesn't gel with your movement pattern, it's kind of difficult to explain. You just kind of have to do it to see for yourself. But I'm not joking when I tell you this is really hard. And there's a total of 10 Poes all throughout all of Hyrule. They're scattered around Hyrule Field, I should say specifically. And we need to collect 10 of them in our bottles. So actually, that's a good reminder for me right now, is that what I ought to do is empty all of my bottles. Don't worry, I can replace those fairies and bugs easily enough. But remember, when you fell a Poe ghost, that's meaningless unless you're able to capture its spirit, and you capture it in a bottle. So we're going to want all of our bottles empty. So we shall do that, get back up on horseback, and away we go. Now I will show you the first one. I'll show you how this works. The first one should be lurking right around the entrance to the castle. So if you kind of know where it is, you can kind of get your bow out ready in advance, and hopefully it'll appear. But these guys are kind of... Sometimes it's really tricky to get them to appear, even if you know where they are. Sometimes they just don't want to cooperate. You got to kind of keep riding around in circles until finally they decide to come on out. There's definitely one hiding around here. And sometimes they'll only appear too, like if you approach the area from like a specific direction. And so it's kind of a lot of trial and error. You just kind of have to keep playing with it until, again, the Poe basically decides it wants to show up. There it is. Now, luckily, this one was like right in front of us. And again, remember, you want to give, after you hit it that first time, you want to give it just a fraction of a second there. Oh, we have to actually, like, I guess, touch it, and then it asks us if we want to put it in a bottle. So it's not like a manual swing the bottle like we normally do to capture stuff in a bottle. But, okay, so there's that. So we got 1 in a bottle. 1 down, 9 to go. But yeah, like I was saying, you want to give it just a fraction of a second there before you go to shoot it a second time. Otherwise, your arrow will just go right through it. Like, it kind of gets invincibility for, like, a short moment. Alright, the second one appears up here, and this one is a real pain in the ass. That one we lucked out because it appeared right in front of us and was traveling just away from us in a nice straight line. We're usually not that lucky. But this one appears like this. Ah, crap. So, it's really hard to see. It's got a real bad view on it. And we can't keep chasing after it because Epona stops there. And that's the only way to get that Poe to appear, to the best of my knowledge. You kind of got to go straight up at it at full speed, and have your bow out, and then be prepared for the bow to change its angle. Shoot. You see, the last time I even managed to hit it once, but again, you gotta hit it twice, and if I hit it a second time now, that still won't be good enough. Remember, you gotta hit it twice before it disappears, otherwise it regains its health. This is so tedious. And you see, this is the reason why I wanted the larger quiver, so that I get more arrows. Crap! We might be here for a while, folks. I'm sorry, I am going to do the absolute best that I can, but this is like truthfully, this is one of the hardest things there is to do in the game, actually, I feel like. It's a good thing that we've got a lot of rupees, too, because we may find ourselves having to make a pit stop back in Kakariko Village to run to the bazaar real quick to buy a new stock of arrows. That first one is so hard to get off, too, because it's like it appears down below your immediate range of sight, and so you kind of have to just, like, take a guesstimate. But even then, like, he moves at such a weird angle and at such a weird speed, it's hard to, like... it's hard to follow him. God damn. This is a tough task, though I will say most of them aren't as hard as this one. This one actually might be the hardest of the 10, to be frank. No! Oh, damn it! It's unbelievable, too, because, like, again, I could just, like, get off 2 arrows really quickly, but you do have to wait. If I just shot 2 arrows real quickly, the second one is a guaranteed miss. It'll just go right through them. So annoying. Alright! Whew! That angle that he moves at is so tough to predict. Alright. Still 14 arrows left. Alright, so now we got one more bottle and enough arrows, I think, that should be enough to take it down. And then once we capture this third one, then we'll have to go and empty them so that we can capture some more. And I will obviously show you what's involved in that as well. The third one is right around the entrance to Lon Lon Ranch, somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Maybe you gotta kind of get it from this side, maybe. Past the tree. There it is, right in front of us. Excellent. Alright. Not wasting any time on that one. Okay. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to Kakariko Village and buy some more arrows first. And the reason I'm going to do that first is because it just makes more economical sense. Because I'm not worried about the personal cost to me of buying those arrows. I'm not going to waste time running around in the field, cutting grass, or bombing boulders, or breaking jars, or anything to try to find arrows. I am more than comfortable spending the money on arrows just to get them nice and quickly. Because, just to kind of jump to the gun, the way that we get rid of these big Poes in our bottles is we sell them. And they're actually worth quite a large amount of money. They're 50 rupees a piece. So just for these 3 is worth 150. So it's no skin off my back to spend the 90 for a full stock of arrows. 50 pieces, 90 rupees. There we go. And just by selling off these 3 Poes, that will actually more than cover the cost. And completely fill my wallet, too. Depending on how we do next time around, I mean, if we do really well, we might not even expend that many arrows. So, it's possible we might not even have to spend any more money. I might not even just, like, I mean, if it was just me playing on my own, I might do it just for the hell of it, and just to say that I'm actually getting something for the worth of the rupees that I'm getting for the big pose I'm trading in. But, in the interest of time for the video, I might not do that, just to try to speed things along. Anyway, the way we do it is, you might recall the first time that we came this way, as an adult, we came in here, and we talked to this guy here, who was talking about being a Poe salesman. Talk to him again, just to remember what he said. Hey, young man, what's happening today? If you have a Poe, I will buy it. Your card now has 0 points. Come back again. Alright, so we target him, get a little bit close here, and then... Oh, okay, that didn't work. I guess we gotta kind of be standing in just the right spot. Get a little close to him here. Try it again. There we go. Oh, you brought a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. On top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man. So you can see now why it is we're trying to collect 10 big Poes, because that will result in us accumulating a total of 1,000 points. 100 points each, right? Blah, blah, blah. He just says the same thing every time. Unfortunately, I can't seem to skip this, so we're just going to have to endure this. And the third one. You brought a Poe today. Yeah, like, you mean just like how I did literally 10 seconds ago? Alright. Full Giant's wallet, not bad. Okay. On to hunt more ghosts. Okay, I don't think there's one around here, but there is one around the corner. This one is really tricky because depending on the angle that you approach it, it can actually appear in a couple different places. Really tough to explain. But, and remember, Epona can't cross the water here, so gotta kind of do like this. No. Oh, there it is. Ah, but see, it appeared too close to the wall, so it like instantly dissipated. Sometimes it might appear when you go past this tree here. Like, just because the field is such, like, this open place, it sometimes helps to look for, you know, specific landmarks and things. Sometimes it appears on the other side of the river, too, like over there. You can't reach it with Epona, obviously, but you can shoot across. This one's a pain in the ass, too. I hate this one. It's not so much a pain to hit it as it is just to get it to appear. In all my years playing this game, this one I've never even really truly fully understood what I was doing to get it to appear. I've never been able to get it to appear consistently. I end up just kind of riding around in circles for a while before it decides to show up. I'm not sure if the speed has anything to do with it too. I feel like it does, but again, it's kind of a weird thing. Nothing doing. I seem to recall sometimes, too, it might help if you, like, run right up to the edge. And you see when you do that, when you hit, not only does it stop you, but it, like, instantly unequips your bow, so that's not good either. Oh, okay. Heard it appear there, obviously, but... I didn't even see where it was, and I didn't have enough time to react. Just along here, maybe? Sorry, guys, I really wish there was an easier way to do this. But like I said, I've been playing this game for over 20 years now. I like to think of myself as something of an expert, and I have still never figured out a consistently reliable method for this. So you kind of just gotta keep playing with it, gotta keep trying different things. God, you can't get your bow out fast enough when that happens. So annoying. And it only appears when you're on horseback, too. Like, I couldn't just, like, swim across the river to the other side and hope that it would show up, because it just won't. Ah, this one is so friggin' annoying. No, what the heck? I didn't say to dismount. What the? Am I taking crazy pills here or something? Move your ass, horse. Wow. Well, I'm sure this is really entertaining to watch. Well, oh, see, yeah, it's showing up. It's just what to do, like. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want from me? I'm traveling to the right spot. I just don't know how to get it to do... Oh, there. Oh, bugger! Ah. See, that's what just happened there. You get to the water, but then as soon as you hit the edge with Epona, it causes you to automatically unequip your bow. Let's try that again. Yes, Navi. I know, the cloud looks very foreboding. We'll make our way there. As soon as this ghost wants to appear. No. Equip. Holy smoke. I was tapping B as fast as I possibly could there. And it just wouldn't get out fast enough. Damn it. Come on. If I could at least stun it with the first arrow, then I might have enough time to get the second one, but... it seems to only want to, like... Maybe if I, like, stop really suddenly with Epona. But I don't think... See, then she does this rearing back thing. If we're moving too fast, and then I stop, I still don't have enough time to pull out my bow. I would if she would just stop. But she doesn't just stop. She rears back like that and stops you. Maybe if I try riding along the side of the water, like that. No. That's the only way I can consistently get the Poe to appear, is by coming straight up like that. Alright. Oh, got it! Alright. Whew. Lucky there. I wonder why... maybe because I managed to get off the first arrow before we stalled at the water, that's sort of glitched it out a little bit and allowed me to get off the second one too. Alright, glad that one's over with. Yes, Navi, yes, the cloud over Death Mountain. I know. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I think this one side quest is probably going to end up being its own video in itself. Ay, caramba. Alright, at least we're done with that one. Alright, the next one I think is not too difficult. I think it's right over the ridge of this hill. Somewhere around here. Actually, I think there might be two in this area, kind of. Well, one definitely appears while we're riding through here. Right here, right there. And then oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Damn it! Ah, it was right there! So tough to... I'm telling you, man, just trying to aim while you're moving changes everything. And it wouldn't even be that bad if at least your target was stationary. But hot damn. That is friggin' tricky. Alright. Let's try this again. Gotcha. Alright. Now, I can't totally remember. But I feel like there still is one other one in this area somewhere that appears like around this tree. Yep, there it is. Crap. Well, at least I confirmed it quickly enough and didn't have to waste forever riding around in circles a million times. Come on. Oh, now it doesn't want to appear. What are you, shy? Oh, look at that. That's weird. See, sometimes it's just weird. Like, sometimes it's the angle, sometimes it's the speed, sometimes it might even just be proximity. Like, I think the trigger for this is that landmark is that tree. If you get just close enough to the tree, then that gets it to show up. There we go. And look, it's even moving in a different direction than it was, too. Before it was moving straight to the wall. These buggers, man, they really put you through your paces. Like, if you manage to accomplish this, that's a serious feather in your cap, I gotta say. Come on, get on there. Alright. That took so many arrows. You know what, maybe, as loath as I am to spend the extra time, maybe we had better go to Kakariko and stock up on arrows again. Because the last thing I want to do is to go further out in the field, and then run out of arrows, and then have to make an even longer trek back. So, we'll do that, and plus it'll also, you know, feel good to not be wasting the rupees that we get as a reward as well. Can I get into the bazaar during the night? I don't think I can. I better turn it back to day. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I'm like all but certain that the bazaar is closed during the day. I know the potion shop definitely is, obviously. Alright. Remember there too, just as a little reminder that because you do need to have a Epona for this, and you can go back and see my previous episode, Return to Lon Lon Ranch, that will detail how you can manage to win her. If even after you have Epona, if you can't remember where you left her, that's kind of a neat thing about the game, is that it actually does keep her last location in memory. Because we haven't used Epona in many, many episodes. But then I returned to the last place that I left her, and sure enough, she was still there. But if you can't remember where you left her off, or worst case scenario, maybe the game does glitch and just doesn't load her properly, just remember you can always play your Ocarina, play a Epona song, and it'll bring her straight towards you. As long as it's an area that, you know, Epona has access to. Obviously, she's not going to enter the town there, because she can't go up steps, right? But anywhere in the field and well, Lon Lon Ranch, obviously, and Lake Hylia, and also Gerudo Valley as well. You remember, after we got her, one of the first things we did was go out to Lake Hylia and Gerudo Valley, and we saw that the bridge was out, and so we could use Epona to hop over. Oh yeah, that's neat too. If you just talk to him without selling him a ghost, he tells you how many points you've got in your card, so it reminds us we got 300 there. Alright. Let's sell him these bad boys. I really wish you could skip this. There's so many things in the game that you can skip. Why can't you skip this? It'd be interesting to, like, interview the game designers and pick their brain as to what their reasoning was for making these kinds of decisions. Because, like, I can't imagine that it was an oversight with as much thought and planning that went into a game like this. Anyways, alright. Just 4 more to go. Unfortunately, we've only got the 3 bottles, so that means we're going to have to make at least 2 more excursions out here. Alright. 1 Poe only appears when you approach. So see how there's this like sort of half wall here? And it reaches this apex and there's sort of a corner right there. So the way to get this 1 Poe to appear is, again, to approach it straight on in that corner with Epona and then fire over the wall. And again, it's a little bit awkward because Epona's head literally gets in the way. But lucky enough, I've got just enough skill that I was able to pull that off first try. Not to brag or anything, but, well, okay, I'm bragging. Alright. And I think the next one is actually right close by. I think it appears like around a boulder over here. Yeah, I think it's like that gray boulder is about where it appears. Right around here. Yep. Excellent. Alright. Boy, I was afraid that little half fence was gonna throw me off. Alright, well, we're doing a hell of a lot better here. Now, the last 2 Poes, these are the ones that I've been worried about the most. Because these ones also are, for some reason, in all my years of experience, still really kind of hard for me to figure out exactly what it is I'm doing to get them to appear consistently. But they're both in this area around here. And it has something to do with, like, riding behind, like, between specific trees. And again, approaching from different angles. But they're both here in this relative area. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah. Oh, no. No! Oh, damn it. You see how many arrows that you expend just trying to get this one guy. But yeah, I think it's... I never really know exactly which trees it is that you're supposed to ride between. I always just kind of eyeball it every time I undertake this. This is so annoying. Even when you think you know, it still doesn't want to cooperate for some reason. Maybe past the boulder, maybe? Alright, let's try this from further away so we can maybe line this up a little bit better. Let's try right between these 2 trees, maybe. Like that. Anything? Anything? Yes? No? I don't, even after all this time, I know I keep repeating myself here, but it's just so kind of amazing to me that no matter how many times I do this, and I've done this in my life so many times, I still can't seem to figure it out. That was weird. There was a little bit of slowdown back there for some reason. Come on, old girl. Don't fail me. It is an old console. Oh my god, how devastating would that be if my N64 actually broke in the middle of doing this series? God, I don't even want to think about it. God damn, where is this goddamn Poe? You appeared before! Alright, you know what? Let me take a break from that and see if I can try to find the other one. I think the other one appears kind of around here. But again, this is another one that's kind of... I never really know how to get it to show up. It just kind of does. I seem to recall that it shows up usually when I'm approaching the wall from this angle. But I'm not sure if that's totally right. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh no! 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 Whew! I'm like in full panic mode. Because I don't want to have to... It's so hard to even get them to show up in the first place. I don't want to have to go through all that again. Alright. Well, at least now we know where the last one is. At least I think that was a separate one. It's not always 100% clear, either. That, for all I know, that could have been the exact same Poe. It just decided to appear in a different spot because I was in a different spot. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. I'm pretty sure, from the best of my ability to recollect, that was a separate one. And look, we still got 30 arrows left. I think that ought to be enough to finish off that last Poe. So I'm not going to worry about making yet another trip. And I was able to pick up a few in the shrubs like that too, right? Alright. Yes, yes, very interesting. Just like it was the last 6 times. I can count. Alright. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Still, please do business with me. I'm like coughing straight into the mic. My apologies. Alright. So this will bring us up to 900 points on our card. It's too bad we can't go over 500 rupees. We'd be rolling in it by now. Alright. Last bottle. I mean to say last Poe. I've got all my bottles equipped. I got bottles on the mind. Alright. So let's ride back to where we were. Maybe go through some bushes along the way. Hopefully pick up some arrows. Nothing doing. This is worth a shot. Alright, you Poe, don't be a bitch. Show yourself. I don't know what I gotta do to get this Poe to show up. I wish I knew what the secret was. There's bound to be some way to get it to happen every time consistently, but I've just never figured it out. Oh, there it is. No! Oh, did you see that? That last arrow was gonna hit it for sure! He pushed out on us at the last possible moment. Dang it all. All this effort just for the sake of 100% completionist. Excellent. All right. Oh boy, I'll be glad to put this side quest behind us. All right. Again, maybe this seems obvious, but it's worth pointing out to make sure to not forget to actually get off your horse and approach the Poe spirit to pick it up in a bottle. There were times in the past where I was so excited about having finally shot down a Poe that I was trying forever to get that I just took off and forgot it was there. Now luckily, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the game memory does remember that you killed that Poe, so the spirit should still be there if you have to go back for it later. But so at least you won't have to kill the Poe all over again. But also, you don't have to sell just the big Poes to this guy. You can sell like regular, ordinary, everyday Poes to him as well. But you don't get any points on your card for it, and it's not as lucrative either. I think it's only like 10 or 20 rupees or something like that. Anyway, here we go, finally. Oh, you brought a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe. Blah, 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 blah. really wish I could skip this. I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man. Haha, and I did. Wait a minute, wow. You have earned 1,000 points. Young man, you are a genuine ghost hunter. Is that what you expected me to say? Hahaha. Because of you, I have extra inventory of big Poes, so this will be the last time I can buy a ghost. You're thinking about what I promised would happen when you earned 1,000 points. Haha. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Just take this. Ta-da! You got an empty bottle. Alright. There we go. Finally, that little row at the bottom is all filled up with our bottles. That was the last bottle that we could get. Somewhat ironic that that's about the one part in the game when having extra bottles would have come in the most handy. You get the bottle after I finished the task that I needed all of the bottles for? Alright. Well, it's not the only one, so, you know, don't despair. It wasn't a total waste of time. But, and, you know, you get all the rupees and everything. Alright.